Well, hello there, and in this video we'll be covering the top 5 GeoGuessr tips for Puerto Rico. Tip number 1. In Puerto Rico, the best way to identify it from a similar country like Mexico or the US in some instances is the antenna. So you get this antenna on the side of the Google car and it is quite far away from the Google car. Keep that in mind for separating it with some other countries like North Mariana or Guam because they do slightly differ. Tip number 2. A good way to separate Puerto Rico with Guam and North Mariana Islands with the antenna is looking at the cars. If they don't have front license plates on most vehicles, or you don't see them on some vehicles, there's a very good chance, or a very high chance, that you are in Puerto Rico. Tip number 3. Puerto Rico includes a lot of Spanish. You don't really get that with Guam or North Mariana Islands. You get this combination of Spanish and English in Puerto Rico, so keep that in mind. Spanish, more likely going to be Puerto Rico. Tip number 4. Puerto Rico has pare, and it is quite useful because Mexico and Guatemala, Costa Rica all use alto, and there are some countries that can look quite similar, like the US Virgin Islands or Curacao, but they use stop. Keep that in mind, and it can be useful to separate countries if you don't have any clues around you. And finally, tip number 5. Here is the coverage you get in Puerto Rico. I'm not sure if some of this includes some unofficial one, so keep that in mind, but the main thing I want to point out is quite widespread in Puerto Rico, but more importantly, you can be in 2 cities. So you can be in San Juan or you can be in Ponce. But generally, of course, go San Juan, but maybe it's not feeling right. There's nothing wrong with a hedge in Ponce. But yeah, that is all. Hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to drop a like if you found this useful. The next island that we'll be doing will be the Dominican Republic. Of course,